After I seen this picture of Valkyrie and Bella Porch, as well as the insane amount of hype surrounding Chainsaw Man, I knew I'd have to sit down and watch it, and the fact that I found out it was animated by Mappa was like the cherry on top. And I can't say I was disappointed. I had a very good time watching this show. But I do gotta say, it's not anything special in terms of the genre it's in. You're not gonna feel like Isaac Newton discovering gravity when you watch it. It's not gonna flip your world upside down, because it is very standard template in terms of shonen anime. You got your standard good versus evil setup with all the devils running around, stirring up ruckus and being up to no good. And then you got your devil hunters that balance that out and fight the devils and keep them at bay and protect everybody. And it's also got that traditional loser antagonist you see in all the shonen anime to ever exist, where the main character, the protagonist, in this case Denji, seems to be just a loser who has absolutely nothing going for him until he comes into some pretty cool powers. And those powers are absolutely freaking sweet. The dude turns into a chainsaw man, hence the name of the anime, but he gets this chainsaw that comes straight out of his forehead. His head looks like a steel chainsaw, like you could just grab it and cut down a tree. And he also can grow chainsaws out of his arms, legs, just all of his limbs. It's sweet. It's pretty sweet to watch, and it makes the fight scenes very intriguing and pretty special, honestly. But don't worry, you don't have to plug your ears and go blah 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 blah, I can't hear you, and you don't have to close off the video. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. This is going to be spoiler free. I just finished watching it, which is why I'm making this video, because I thought it was worth talking about. But I do got to give it credit and say that it sets itself very far apart from most other mainstream shonen anime, because it'll hit you with the cold water. It'll tell you straight up Santa Claus isn't real. It doesn't hold any punches. It's very gory, very mature, and so unbelievably horny, it's hornier than me in middle school. For the first couple episodes, the main character's purpose, his only goal, is to touch a boob. If that tells you anything. And it's things like that throughout the show, just quirky little things here and there that make it feel very goofy, which isn't a bad thing. I love all things goofy. It's what makes it even better, in my opinion. And from what I've heard on the internet and read here and there on Twitter and whatnot, it gets even goofier as the show and the manga continue, so I can only wait in anticipation. But so far, I don't have any negative things to say about the show. The fight scenes are epic, very well animated, super gory and bloody, which is very awesome. The characters are solid. You got like normal humans, the devil hunters, you got fiends, which are like devils in human form, and then you got straight up devils, which are like mainly evil. You can make contracts with them if you're a devil hunter. And then you got some people that are like half human, half devil, like the main character Denji. Like they have a devil heart, which gives them devil abilities, but they're still kind of human, yet they're also kind of a devil. So it's like split down the middle, half devil, half human. And my favorite part of the show after finishing season 1, surprisingly, wasn't the fight scenes. I'm a sucker for good fight scenes, and this has some very good fights in it, but I like the character interactions even more. All of them just feel so fleshed out, and they're so different from each other that it's so intriguing and just fun to watch them all interact and intertwine with each other's lives. You really get to understand each character and their motivations, and it makes it to where it doesn't feel like the main character is the only one that matters, how it can feel sometimes in other animes. They really focus on world building and make every character as impactful as the main character, if not even more so. And I really like when animes do that, because it really keeps you on your toes, keeps you guessing as to what's going to happen around the next corner, and this anime does that very well. I give it very big kudos for that. This anime isn't trying to reinvent the wheel, but once again, that's a good thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They just take what's already working and make it even better. And one thing I gotta say outside of the show is that on Twitter, I've seen there are some incredibly down bad individuals for the women in this show. And I can't really blame them, you know? I'm like Denji. I'm always out here trying to touch a titty, you know? But I know people being down bad for anime characters isn't anything new, especially on Twitter, but the amount of it I've seen for like Makima, Power, and just every woman in the show is absolutely ludicrous, and it's so funny to watch it. And I can't say I disagree with them, but I think that's about all I can say to keep it as spoiler free as possible. It's a good show. Give it a watch. You know, what do you have to lose? What are you doing besides like playing with your balls right now? Get them out of your hands, put your phone in your hands, and watch Chainsaw Man.